my name is Gree. Welcome to my channel. My channel is about Jesus and my life. So this is going to be a first trimester update. I'm 14 weeks pregnant now. So I'm officially free. I'm out. Literally nothing. Like, it's literally almost nothing. But that's how I was for my first pregnancy also. So starting how I found out that I was pregnant. So one day I woke up and I just started throwing up. And I was like, what the heck? And I thought, I was like, I can't be pregnant because I haven't missed my period. I was looking at everything I ate the day before and I'm like, I ate good food. Like, I'm a pretty good eater. So I'm like, doesn't make sense. Like, maybe I drink some bad water. I literally thought I drank bad water. And I told my church group chat, I was like, y'all, I tried to record this video this morning, but I couldn't because my daughter was just so lit. So I'm trying to do this while she's asleep, so I'm gonna be whispering a little bit. So I told my church group chat, I was like, y'all pray for me because I can't stop throwing up and I don't understand why. And so people started messaging them. They're like, are you pregnant? And I was like, I don't think so. I haven't even missed my period. And Jenny, one of my friends, she was like, hey, I was thinking about you the other day and like I feel like in the spirit that you're gonna be pregnant sooner than you think. Like, that's what God told her to tell me. And I was like, okay. Like, whatever. But then my other friend Carlene, she was like, I have something to tell you, Gree. And I was like, what? And she showed me her notes that she was praying for me, and the Holy Spirit told her that 3 months later I would get pregnant. I'll insert the screenshots. And I was like, it's 3 months after that. But I was like, I don't want to get my hopes up and think that I'm pregnant. I'm not. And then I'm like, dang, I heard all these things because Daniel had dreams that I was pregnant and then I wasn't. So I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll take a test in the morning just to like know that that's not it. So I took a test as soon as I woke up and I was pregnant. And according to my period, I was 2 weeks pregnant, but I guess according to like the size of the baby, I was actually 5. So that's what happened. At like 5 weeks, I was throwing up for a day, just a day. Everything that I ate, I just kind of threw it up. And then after that day, I was feeling fantastic, like absolutely fine. I could go to the gym, I could work out. I was like eating whatever, you know, just not like bad food, but just eating actual food and drinking stuff, you know. And I felt really good. And then I think at maybe 7 weeks, I started feeling that normal pregnancy nausea where you just wake up and you're just like, dang, I just feel so dizzy, like lightheaded. And it would go away at like 9 in the morning. So I needed to like get up at like 5, eat something, go to bed, lay down until like 7, and then like wake up again and eat something again just so I could like cope. So that's what I did. And at that time, I still feel this way, but I can't have like any t-shirts or nothing that touches my neck, or I feel like I'm suffocating. Like, I feel like I can't breathe. I also felt like my mouth was dirty all the time, so I would brush my teeth a lot. Like, I would bring a toothbrush with me because I couldn't, like, the grittiness behind your teeth, I couldn't deal with it. And then going up, I got to a point that I couldn't brush my teeth because then I would start gagging and I'd just be gagging around the house. And my nausea went from like stopping at 9 a.m. to stopping at 12 in the afternoon and then not stopping. So I was doing what I did with my first pregnancy. I was like, okay, I just got to eat throughout the day and eat like little meals and just eat until I'm full, and then that's it. Like, if I tried to eat past I was full, if I would just try to finish my plate, I couldn't. So there was a lot of like just one bite left, one sip left, because I was just like, man, I hate gagging, and I would just gag all the time. And so then at that time I was like constipated, which is, you know, people tell you that, but this is where it gets really fun. So at maybe like 11 weeks, Salem got RSV. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little congested too, but it's okay, you know. And then I was just like, dang, like my nausea is just not getting any better. I was just drinking smoothies and eating good food. Like, again, I eat good food. Like, why do I feel so bad? And I was at my mom's house. I remember I ate some oranges because I was like, let me get something like refreshing. And I was like, the whole morning, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Bruh. She just woke up from her nap. It was really short. I hope you're not cranky later. Look at Josh. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna throw up. I was just trying to hold it in, but I was like, I'm just gonna let it happen because I feel like once I throw up, I'm gonna feel better. And so I threw up the beautiful oranges I ate. The faucet opened. After that first throw up, I could not stop throwing up. I would try to drink some water and I would throw it up. I would drink Gatorade and I would throw it up. I drink Pedialyte and I throw it up. I eat some rice, I eat some crackers and bread and I threw it up. And so I was, bruh, I could not stop throwing up to the point that I was like, I'm just not gonna eat or drink anything. Oh my gosh, you know why you're so crazy? Why you're so crazy? Why? Anyway, I'm just gonna starve myself because I'd rather not throw up. And I called my OBGYN the next day because I thought it was just gonna be a one-day thing. And it wasn't. It did not stop. Like, I was sipping stuff, whatever, and I woke up and I was vomiting again and I was like, bruh. And I was like, maybe it'll go away, you know? Like, and it didn't. It's funny because you know, I like lived with my head in the toilet for a week, so she would start putting her head in the toilet and then gagging, like I'd be throwing up and then she's like, what? Like in the back. Anyway, in like the afternoon I called my OBGYN and I was like, I feel helpless, like literally, because I feel absolutely horrendous. What can I do? I was like, I peed once today and it was orange and it was again like the middle of the day and I'm pregnant, so I should be peeing all the time. And so she was like, go to the hospital and get some IVs because you're dehydrated. And I was crying. Like, I cry a lot, but it's because I love Jesus and things around Jesus. It makes me emotional, okay? But if I cry because I'm in pain, like that says a lot, because I don't like to cry like when I'm in pain. Whenever my husband got home, I just like went in his arms and I started crying and he's like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, I want to cry now just thinking about it. But I was like, I'm in so much pain. And I didn't want to go to the hospital because I'm like, oh, they're just not going to do anything. Like, why am I going to go there and waste time, right? But my mom and my dad, they were like, especially my dad, he was like, go, please. He's like, you do not look good. And I went and oh my gosh, like they gave me the IV. The bag was like this, and within, I want to say maximum an hour, it was completely flat because my body just like sucked it up. And they came back to like, dang, and they gave me some medication for pain and nausea. And I felt like I was just like, thank you God that I came. Like literally, the baby was completely fine. Like once I saw the ultrasound, I was like, you know, it's actually worth it. Ugh. Women are crazy, but I was like, it's really worth it. Like that was what I needed to inspire me to keep me going, because I was like, wow, like I really needed to see the baby, because I don't know, what's hard about the first trimester is that you feel all of these things, but you don't even look pregnant. So you like know that you're pregnant, but you forget that you're pregnant, if that makes sense. In the third trimester, at least you can feel the baby and see the baby. I just felt like I was sick and hopeless. And so, you know, they discharged me and told me like, I know this sucks, but keep eating and keep drinking, especially drinking water, even if you throw it up, because that's gonna help you to be less nauseous. And they gave me medications, etc., etc. And kept throwing up. But I was sipping water all day long, and that IV, bruh, it was like I was almost dead, and then that IV like helped me so much, because that's what I needed, like water. So that was like what, like 3 days later or like 4 days later, and then I started having diarrhea. Because I wasn't going to the bathroom at all. Like, I wasn't peeing or nothing. Because, again, I was throwing up everything. So when I did finally go to the bathroom, it was diarrhea. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Something went through me. Like, that made me kind of happy. But, bro, pregnancy videos don't tell you this. They don't. But I was having so much diarrhea. It was like it sounded like I was peeing. And it was to the point that I even feel it coming out, if you know what I mean. And I had to wear, like, diapers because I was just, like, going on myself and throwing up. Yeah. And so once I got my medication and I could keep food down, I was very careful. I was still sipping. Like, I would take a sip from some water and I would wait, like, a minute. And then I would take a bite out of something, like an arepa. I'd be like... And I'd wait a minute. Like, I was so careful. I was like, I just want to keep this down. And I was like, Lord, I don't even care about the diarrhea. I just want it to go through me so I know that my body's absorbing something. So I was still having diarrhea, like, way after. Even once I was, like, the nausea really calmed down. The medications did what they were supposed to. It was horrible. And I'm so glad it's over. That's so crazy. Like, I went from, like, constipation to diarrhea and then not being, like, wanting to brush my teeth all the time to not being able to brush my teeth. Like, that's the first trimester. It's super crazy. And then a lot of shortness of breath happened after. Like, after the nausea, like, calmed down at, I like, 13 weeks, it really chilled out. Last but not least, when I was being intimate with my husband... after I started bleeding, and obviously as soon as, because he was like, it looks like you're bleeding, and I was like, what? And I went to the bathroom to pee, and I was like, and I was definitely bleeding, like it wasn't, and so I started freaking out, but I was like, you know what, Lord, I trust you, let your will be done, whatever it is. And I really calmed down, and we went to the hospital, and everything was okay with the baby. I just started bleeding for me, just for fun, I guess. Which that never happened with this one. She never did that to me. You never did that. Like, I never spotted with her or anything. So to be bleeding at 13 weeks, it was just like, what the heck? And they're like, everything's fine. And I'm like, okay, that was weird. Like, I'm glad the baby's okay. Yeah. Maybe your sibling will let me hug them more. Because I love the hugs, I love the squishes. Either her love language is going to be physical touch, or she's going to absolutely hate it. Because I cannot. Something, I don't know if it's in my head, but when I lay down on my back, I feel like I can really feel the baby moving around. And I think that because this is my second, I know what it feels like, so I know what to look out for. Oh my gosh, why are you so crazy? Why are you so crazy? So yeah, I feel like the baby moving. I don't know the gender yet. When I say your emotions are crazy, the hormones are crazy, I really mean it. And the only reason, well, two reasons that I was able to, like, control them so well is because with Salem, I didn't know what was going on, but now I know it's because I'm pregnant that I'm feeling all of these things so intensely. You know, like, yeah, my emotions are valid and the things that I feel are valid. So let me give y'all some advice, especially, it doesn't even matter if you're pregnant or not, if you're a woman, but especially if you're pregnant. Before sharing your feelings with anybody else, especially your husband, really give it all to Jesus. Your husband's not pregnant, and he's not gonna understand again how hard it is to be pregnant, all these emotions, all these different feelings. He's not gonna understand that too well, but you know who does? Jesus. So the best, bro, if you don't take anything, this is the best advice. Like, when I say give it all to Jesus, like, wait until you actually feel like the peace, that you calm down, like, about whatever it is, like when you're feeling sick, or when you're feeling all of these different things, you're in arguments with your spouse or whatever's going on. Really let Jesus know. Rant to him, cry it out, and like finish crying it out to him. Cry it out completely to him, so whenever you do talk to your husband or whoever it is, you're not like an emotional mess. And that's a way better way to deal with your emotions if you're pregnant or not. Salem, say bye. Say bye. Bye. Okay. Till the next one. See you for the second trimester.